Hi guys, like to welcome you guys back to the Melanin Nexus. I'm Brittany, and today in our little random chats that I like to do on this channel, because this is my do whatever I want channel, we are going to talk about anime. So I have been getting back into watching TV. This sounds terrible, but basically I've been sick for a while and I got called back into the office. And if y'all know what it's like being pulled back into an office where you know that you can do all of your work from home and they're literally just bringing you into the office for no reason, there's like a different level of like anger that comes with that. And I was coming home and I was just not feeling it. But I started watching anime during my lunch breaks. I started watching anime. Like I'd watch an episode when I got home to kind of wind down. And I was really in a Crunchyroll mood. So I just stayed on Crunchyroll. I think in the last couple months, I've watched like 20 anime, 20 or 25 different anime, and they range from all their different categories. So I figured, let me tell you about the last 10 anime that I've watched recently. So this one was Grandma and Grandpa Turn Young Again. Y'all, the premise is basically that Grandma and Grandpa own like a farm and an orchard, and they find a golden apple and they eat it. And then when they eat the apple, they become young again. Y'all, I thought this was going to be so cute. And actually it was cute. It was until like the last like 3 episodes. And the last episode, I was literally watching it like, I was shook. I was like, okay. So I thought this was going to be a happy-go-lucky anime, but it just ended in like typical anime fashion. I thought the story was really cute. I was literally like, oh yeah, okay, grandma, grandpa, get y'all groove back. Let's go. Like I was excited for them. But yeah, it ended in such like a crazy way. I was like, oh my God. So the next one, I tried to watch it because everybody was talking about it. And you know, like, why not? I tried to watch Dan, y'all. I got through the first episode and I was like, that's not really for me. If you've seen Dan and you saw the first episode, you know why. It's either like, okay, I'm gonna watch some more episodes. Everybody keeps telling me that like it's not as intense as the first episode throughout the rest of the season, but I have not had an urge or desire to go back to it. So I took that as my sign of like, I just won't be in the Dan hype, and I'm okay with that. I personally was just like, it's just a little too much. The little alien scene, I was like, yeah, I'm checked out. Like, I understand if people said it's a really, really good anime, and I believe them. I personally just feel like, nah, I'm good, love. Thank you so much. No, thank you. I'm good. So I did watch the first episode. I haven't fully said that I'm going to DNF it. I'm just saying that like right now it's very paused. And I know that the second season literally just came out and I still have no desire to finish the first season. So I'm out. Another one that had a new season was Fire Force, but I hadn't watched Fire Force in such a long time. I decided that I was going to go back and start Fire Force from the beginning. So I'm actually in the middle of season 2 now. Yeah, I'm in the middle of season 2 right now. So Fire Force is the one that I'm watching when I'm on the bike or the elliptical at the gym. So I have like the whole season downloaded and I literally just play 1 episode per cardio session. And that's my cardio session. Highly recommend you do that. It kind of helps pass the time because it's just too hot to walk outside. And I needed to get the cardio in one way or another, right? So if you've never watched Fire Force, it is basically, how do I describe this? Think of like a very serious like firefighter spot, but like the fires are souls that have been taken over and they're trying to help the souls and stop the fires. And you meet one of the candidates. He is essentially connected in a way that you would never guess. I'm trying to keep this as vague as possible because I don't want to give spoilers. But I like Fire Force. I think it's one of the ones that like you heard people talk about it. I think it's worth the hype. I've always thought it was worth the hype. But it's hard to explain what Fire Force is without giving out spoilers. I realize that now. I probably should have wrote this down. The fourth one I want to talk about is A Sign of Affection. This was the first anime I've ever watched where they used sign language. So the story is about a young college girl. She is deaf and she is trying to navigate going to college. and she ends up meeting an upperclassman. He is this traveler, and they end up forming a friendship that could move romantically if they wanted to. I know that there's a manga I know that there's a manga for this one, and I'm actually very tempted to read this one. I want to see if my library has it, because mangas are not something that I like to reread. So I don't know if I want to invest and put them in the library, but I do want to read it. So I am thinking about continuing the series because I haven't heard any news about the second season or anything like that, but I want to know what happens. I also really enjoyed the sign language. I enjoyed the interactions between those who could hear and those who couldn't, or her who couldn't, and watching how like a lot of the dialogue that you get from her is obviously from her thinking it in her head. She's not actually saying it out loud. She's signing in person or writing in person. I thought it was such a cute anime. I thought it was really, really cute. So 10 out of 10 recommend. So I was actually looking for a cooking anime because I love a good cooking anime. It makes me feel like I need to be in the kitchen to cook, but I love cooking animes. So I saw this one and it was Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. And I thought, okay. I even watched a little trailer and it's like talking about a confectionery and she wants to be a great confectionery person like her mom was and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, so not only that, but it's going to be like a cooking competition, which is very Food Wars. So I was really completely down. That is not what this is, bro. Like she ends up befriending a fairy who has been imprisoned because they took his wing. So apparently you can like kill a fairy by taking their wing, or you can imprison a fairy by taking their wing. And this fairy also has ties to like a dark fairy. And then she wants to do this cooking contest, but then also like she ends up like helping different people by cooking these like, or making these elaborate confectionery things. I was like, this is just not like, did it give me the cooking that I wanted? Kinda, but it wasn't solely based on cooking. And that's what I was looking for. So if y'all have recommendations for some cooking animes, please let me know down below because I just want to watch people cook. I don't know why. I love watching cooking animes. They just make my heart happy. But I did watch the entire season of Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, and I do want the second season. I would like the second season. The fairy kind of grew on me. If you've watched it, you know. I watched an academia style anime, and that one was Honey Lemon Soda. This one is about a girl who lacks a lot of confidence, obviously, and she ends up meeting this group with this one guy in it that she clearly has a crush on, and it just goes from there. I thought it was really adorable. The way that they tied in the Honey Lemon Soda, I thought was actually really cute. It's one of those like cutesy anime that just makes you smile. It's also very dramatic in true anime high school fashion. But I really liked it. I thought it was really cute. So, I mean, I don't know what else y'all want me to tell y'all. Like, it's just a cute academia. Like, they're set in high school. It's cute. The next one was a buddy watch with my homie, and we watched The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague. So adorable. So it's basically this idea that like the ice guy is a child of a snowman. I think his mother is like a snowman or an ice witch or something like that. And he ends up getting a job where he meets this girl. We're going to call her the cool colleague. He meets this girl and he clearly has a crush on this girl. And it's basically just them working in a workplace, and they have coworkers that are friends, and like each episode they like go out to like a festival or they go to dinner or like they just hang out as friends. It's like a very normal anime. It's just that like there's like a child of a phoenix. There's like a kitsune. There's like a child of a kitsune. There's the ice dude. And every time he gets happy or emotional, he sends like a blizzard or like little snowman pop up next to him. And the people around him can see these emotions happening with him. I thought it was really, really cute. I really want a season 2. I feel like there's probably a manga for this one as well, but I actually don't have a desire to read this one. I just thought it was really adorable to watch. And I really want them to get together. So I really want to watch that happen. It's very much a slow burn. So if you're not a slow burn person, it's not for you, but I thought it was really cute. So yeah. Another one that I watched is Yakuza Fiance. This one was weird. So the premise of the story is that like, it's a girl. She is basically sent to the mainland, to, I forgot where, Tokyo probably. And she basically is to be engaged to the Yakuza prince. And this boy is cuckoo caca, but she also is a little cuckoo caca. And like, I don't know. At first when I was watching it, I was like, yo, what is happening? There is some violence. There is some check the trigger warnings. I think is the best way to put it. But by the end of the first season, I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. However, it's not the Yakuza prince that I'm in love with. It's her best friend. I love him down. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. Like, there's always like one anime guy that ends up on like the crush list. He's on the crush list, 1000% on the crush list. Definitely on the crush list. I love him. That's all. The next one that I started watching, I think I'm only on the like episode 4. It's 365 Days to Wedding. So the premise of this story is this two coworkers who work at this travel agency, and the travel agency announced that they are going to be opening up a location in Alaska, which I actually think it's really funny that like they look at Alaska as like too far away and like depressing to live. And in the job, they said that they were basically looking for like more of the single people who had more mobility, who could work there, that were going to get transferred there, which I think is a little, meh. But one of the guys, he doesn't want to leave his cat, and one of the girls doesn't want to go to Alaska. And they are not friends or anything, but they decide that they're going to pretend like they've had this secret romantic relationship going on the whole time, and that they're getting married. And that their goal is to like fake it long enough to where they don't have to go to Alaska. And it's really cute because, of course, the girl is the misunderstood one that comes off mean, but she's really not. And then the boy is super awkward, but like really sweet. So I really like it so far. It's the one that I've been watching when I come home from work, when I remember to. But I've started watching Netflix again. So we're kind of phasing out of my Crunchyroll moment and moving into my Netflix moment. Because I'm going to keep Netflix for like a month or two and then get rid of it. So yeah, kind of in a Netflix mood, which we'll talk about at some point. But I really wanted y'all to know about that one. So the last one though, the last anime that I have been watching is Apothecary Diaries. Now, when Apothecary Diaries was first announced, I was obsessed. I thought the animation was absolutely beautiful. I was 1000% ready because I knew it was supposed to be like a murder mystery style anime. And for the most part, that's kind of what you get. But I'm not going to hold y'all. In the beginning, in season 1, I was bored. I was not interested. I was kind of just like, wow, okay. Solving a mystery almost every episode kind of feels not what I was looking for. But baby, I think like 2/3 of the way into season 1, it got really good. It got really good. Some real secrets were revealed. And I really started liking the characters. And I haven't even watched the final episodes of season 2 yet. I'm not ready to watch them. I have theories, some big reveals. Listen, if you know, you know. The show is actually really good. I highly recommend you check it out. If you haven't watched it before, I personally liked it. But again, I watch just about every style of anime. And I'm sure somebody's wondering, yes, I am catching up on My Hero Academia. I want to be fully caught up before like their next big moment, but I'm also finishing the Sword District for Demon Slayer because the first movie is coming out and I'm going to go see it with my friends. I'm ready to cry. Same feeling. Like I already know that Mugen Train was already wild in the theater. I was already bugging and crying, but I just know that part 1 is about to have my emotions like through the roof. And I already know by part 2, I'm going to be ugly crying because I'm not going to the theater cute. No, I'm going to the theater with the intent of like having my heart ripped out of me. Like Tengen is going to be fine. Like that's bae. But I'm still devastated nonetheless because I'm like, who's going to die? I'm not ready. I'm not ready, but also I am. So those are the last like 10 anime that I've watched. What have you been watching? Let me know down below in the comments section. And as always, love your hobbies because you love you. And until the next video, guys, bye. I'll have a new saying by next time.